My expressions, my traditions, my Jamaica. That was the theme for Heritage Month, which was commemorated in October. And in recapping the occasion, we'll travel with the Jamaica Information Service to several schools across the island. Also in the lineup, the Arts page pays tribute to a cultural icon who would have celebrated his 102nd birthday this year. Thanks for tuning in to this Friday's edition of Jamaica Magazine. I'm Adrian Atkinson. It's all about culture for today's show. Stay with us.
Fiscal consolidation.
The centerpiece of the program has been the need to reduce our debt.
Business reform.
Make sure that we transform Jamaica to make it a place to do business easily.
New and existing businesses will benefit from streamlined regulations and processes.
And pursuing strategic investments while protecting the most vulnerable.
The path we're on is the right path.
The economy in Jamaica is turning.
The fact that the international community is once again lending to Jamaica says something about their confidence in our policies.
It is now time to actually stay the course, not to lose the benefits of the hard decisions that have been made.
The Jamaican government is committed to continuing the process of reform.
The government of Jamaica is on a mission, going for growth, staying the course and transforming the economy through its economic reform program.
Good day, I'm Carrie-Ann Smith and this is your JIS News for Friday, November 7. Prime Minister Portia Simpson Miller has revealed that the largest share of a new development funding program with the European Union will go towards improving justice and governance in Jamaica. She was speaking on Thursday at the launch of the 11th European Development Fund for the 2014-2020 period. It activates Jamaica's National Indicative Program at a value of €46 million. Mrs. Simpson-Miller said the €23 million allocation to justice represents a deliberate policy to align the program with the government's strategic priorities for the first time. She lauded the European Union for this and other areas of support to Jamaica.
As we thank the EU for its continued support, we continue to be responsive to unfolding national realities as we implement the medium-term socio-economic policy framework in a spirit of true and mutually respectful collaboration with our international partners. Again, we thank our EU partners and we commit to playing our part to the timely and efficient implementation of these vital programs to 2020.
EU Head of Mission Paola Amadei meanwhile expressed support for the island's Vision 2030 goals.
The Jamaica-EU partnership is more than a relation between a recipient and a donor. It is a solid alliance based on shared values, aimed at common objectives, and needed especially at the time when so many risks threaten our societies. In true spirit of solidarity, the EU is happy to contribute in building a more equitable, healthier and prosperous Jamaica.
The Economic Program Oversight Committee, EPOC, is reporting that based on its assessment, Jamaica should pass the 6th IMF test. Officials from the International Monetary Fund are currently in the island reviewing the country's performance in the July to September quarter.
The major quantitative performance criteria that constitute the test include the primary balance, which actually came in at 43.6 versus the IMF target of 37.8. So we exceeded that by 5.8 billion.
EPOC's co-chairman Richard Biles was speaking at a press briefing on Thursday. He said based on the IMF's benchmark, tax revenues were $3 billion more than projected, reaching $169 billion. However, the government was behind in its tax collection target of $176.4 billion.
The government compensated for this shortfall by cutting back on expenditure. 6.3 billion on the capital side and 5.6 billion on the recurrent side.
Meanwhile, the EPOC co-chairman also had good news about Jamaica's debt profile as a result of the $800 million bond that government secured on the international capital markets early this year.
Well, in October, we paid off approximately $260 million in debts that fell due. So that is part of the $800 million being put to use in paying down the debts of the government.
He said the money, which went directly into the country's net international reserves (NIR), would also help meet debt maturity payments for 2015.
So I expect to see the NIR fall somewhat in 2015. But I say it now because I don't want us to be alarmed if in 2015 we see the NIR fall below $2 billion.
The NIR stood at approximately $2.2 billion at the end of September 2014. Jamaica and the UK-based travel company TUI UK and Ireland have inked a deal which will make Jamaica the home port for the cruise ship Thompson Dream for a second year in 2015. The deal was reached after the tourism minister and the director of tourism met with TUI officials at the World Travel Market this week. The Thompson Dream is already en route to make Montego Bay its home for this winter, and the packages will go on sale in December for the 2015 cruise. It's the latest in a stream of successful partnership agreements between Jamaica and the TUI UK and Ireland. This year alone, the Sensatori Resort was opened in Negril, and the TUI increased air service into the island from several UK regional airports. The Ministry of Health is reporting that there has been a significant decline in new chikungunya cases in the eastern parishes, including St. Thomas, Kingston, St. Andrew and St. Catherine. However, increasing numbers are being seen in the western part of the island, with all parishes now impacted by the virus. For those who continue to suffer with joint pains associated with CHIKV, the Ministry's Acting Permanent Secretary, Dr. Kevin Harvey, is recommending mild exercise. He says some persons may also need physiotherapy, depending on the severity of the joint pains. Dr. Harvey adds that while most CHIKV infections completely resolve within weeks or months, there have been documented cases of related joint pains persisting for several years. And finally, Education Minister Reverend Ronald Thwaites is reiterating the charge for schools to become centers of environmental excellence and cleanliness. He was speaking with the JIS News on Tuesday while participating in a cleanup and tree planting activity at the Dunoon Park Technical High School in Kingston. The minister pointed out that the matter of school cleanliness was even more important with the country now battling the chikungunya virus.
We are very concerned about our health. Students, teachers must lead the community in establishing proper hygiene and good standards of environmental wellness.
The cleanup exercise was part of the week of activities for Dunoon's 35th anniversary celebrations. And that's it for JIS News today. I'm Carrie-Ann Smith. Thanks for watching.
There is no vaccine for the chikungunya virus. If you've been infected, take paracetamol such as Panadol, Cetamol, and Tylenol to reduce pain and fever. Sleep under mosquito netting and get plenty of rest. Take showers or sponge baths in room temperature water to lower fever, especially in children, and drink lots of fluids to prevent dehydration. If your symptoms worsen, go and see a doctor. Do not take aspirin as this could cause bleeding, and never use rubbing alcohol. To learn more, call 1-888-1-LOVE. That's 1-888-663-5683.
The Jamaica Information Service continues to be one of the guardians of Jamaica's culture. And as part of that mandate, the agency has been distributing posters about different aspects of our heritage to schools across the island. Plus, we couldn't resist sharing in the music, dance and drama presentations depicting aspects of Jamaica's heritage. Watch this.
And with that, the 2014 JIS Heritage School Tour kicked off. Over 15 schools in every county across the island reveled in the initiative planned by the Jamaica Information Service family to celebrate Heritage Month.
It means a lot to me. Our heroes who fought for us and our ancestors, and like our foods like blue jaws, mackerel rundown and ackee and saltfish.
To showcase Jamaica, our heritage, our culture and the way of life we live.
So all of us, we have our own heritage. We have our country's heritage. We have our family heritage that we must cherish. We have our school heritage. You need to maintain your heritage.
We a cup of man in pea, me orange cooked breadfruit, yam, potato, dumpling, and my banana porridge, and my sour sap tea. Me go out the door and pear trees, and me put on my boots and go down a bush, look ripe, planting and fever gas bush.
Riddle me this, riddle me that.
My father have 3 children, and their head is black.
Can you guess? It's the main part of Jamaica's national dish. Yes, that's correct. Ackee, which was brought to Jamaica in 1778, and with saltfish creates our national dish. A tasty one, I might add. Our little friends in the central parish of Clarendon are big fans.
I like ackee and saltfish and bami. I love dumpling and ackee and saltfish.
And since we're discussing food, how can we not include the traditional dishes and herbs that came out for display at the various schools, including Jamaican remedies to treat all types of ailments? Dare I say, even chikungunya. And do you love drops? Well, on the tour we got the recipe from a budding chef in Clarendon.
You put water in a pot, then you put you must grate up the ginger, cut it up, blend it, and then you put it in the pot. Cut up the coconut. Wait till it boil. You throw the coconut in it, and every hour you stir it, and then you put first you put the sugar in it. When it's cooked, you see it hot, and the coconut is brown. You can just place something clean on the table, throw it out on a banana leaf. You put it in 7x8 bags, and then you tie it, and then you can sell it.
Keeping the culture alive and making money at the same time. The future is in good hands. But as we heard from some of the youngsters' educators, that's only because they've had a strong foundation.
The school dates back to the 1860s, from what we have heard from older persons in the community, even my grandfather.
Well, one of the interesting facts about our school is that it was founded in 1947. And at that time, the Seventh-day Adventist Church, that is now our neighbor, was located right here in the schoolyard.
New Day was started in 1961. In fact, the property was given to the government by the Mando family. And the school got its name because it was closer to the independence. And our very first principal was Mr. Clement McBean.
We describe the NBI as one of the best schools in Jamaica. You would have known of our recent ranking. We are the #1 upgraded high school in CSEC and Cape. So we have a wonderful 6-month program, and we have a good program that builds the students up, getting them ready for CSEC. We have been doing very well to the point where students are now selecting the NBI as a choice school.
Collington is a very small community. It is an old community. When I say old, we don't have like childbearing mothers anymore, so the school is very small. The population now stands at 40. When I came, it was 28.
You are at Hillbrook Primary
For School Zone, a major highlight of the JIS Heritage School Tour was the performances. We had so much fun enjoying cultural pieces ranging from the old to the new.
Every day sitting you want me just can't manage to cost me when time me damage him. And me don't talk already tell me just can't manage. And that day uno that the computer. And me put it on here if I never feed a youth here. Now him a look for the mouse. Me tell him fear you protect him not you from me out.
I had to flee to the bushes. I was hunted for days. The Maroons and soldiers offered a $400 reward for my arrest. We will not allow our rights to be trampled.
There were even some well-known rising stars on the Kingston Legafort tour when we stopped at St. George's College.
Here comes trouble, here comes the danger, spent by the Savior, welcome the wild card. You're not for ask is who, and the general is to win the war. Check it, she never want me to work at the top shop, she and the next one of her, and the most stop, but don't me think shot and the most hot, no, she want the thing, she has just back.
School Zone even joined in some of the activities while on tour. We had a blast, and most importantly, we were able to offer vital knowledge about Jamaica to our students.
On behalf of the Jamaica Information Service, we want to hand over this package to Red Hills Basic School, and we hope that the students will benefit from it and learn more about the Jamaican culture.
It was a great experience. I'm sure the students benefited a lot from it.
It was really a marvelous experience for us today to have JIS in our school. You see that we are in a very deep rural area of Eastern Hanover, and it's not often that we get a treat like this.
An important process as the Jamaica Information Service engages our youngsters to help make Jamaica
the place of choice
to live,
to work,
to raise families,
and do business.
My expression, my tradition, my Jamaica.
And that's a wrap on the JIS Heritage School Tour. Signing off from the Denby High School.
Let's celebrate Jamaica to the world. Fastest man in the world.
First Jamaican woman to win gold in Olympic 100-meter sprint.
An upcoming global superstar. Mouth-watering meals. And a vibrant set of people. We are Jamaicans. Let's get together and bring back the love.
So we move from heritage celebrations in schools to another celebration at a location named in honor of the person being celebrated. Sounds a little convoluted? The Arts page explains.
Hello and thanks for joining us for another edition of the show that keeps you in touch with our culture. On today's Arts page, we bring you highlights of a concert held in honor of a cultural icon. This man for all seasons popularized Burr Nancy, often performed with another cultural treasure, and was a theatrical genius. Still thinking who it is? Here's another clue. He was a Jamaican by way of Panama, so a lot of us called him the Color Man. All right, let me end the suspense. It's the indomitable Randolph Samuel Williams, or Ranny Williams. Mas Ran, him same one. On Sunday, October 26, the Jamaica Cultural Development Commission staged a tribute concert for Mas Ran at the venue named in his honor on Hope Road in Kingston. Held on what would have been his 102nd birthday, the concert celebrated his life and work by way of musical performances, dramatic presentations, and an exhibition.
Well, when you hear Master, people also say Miss Lou, but we want persons just to focus on Master himself. And he they describe him as a man for all seasons. He has done it all. He's a dramatist, a comedian, an actor, and so he has taken his craft from performing in schoolrooms to the theater to film, and so young people can be inspired by his life and his work.
Though the venue was scant, it didn't stop those present from enjoying the stellar entertainment provided by children and adults.
He look out for roots and with culture. He was an actor, director, and instructor.
Ronnie was a comedian, one of the strongest, proudest black man.
Ronnie believed that the show must go on. This was his philosophy from the day he was born, and he lived it till the day he gone.
Was a veteran, but the stage a better man. We have to honor him, order of distinction. Have to honor him, order of distinction. Died in Toronto, returned to the homeland. Blessed strong to Ronnie Williams. Hold up on your victory. Hold up on your victory. Hold up on your victory. Victory in Jesus. Victory in Jesus. Hold up on your victory.
If you see me wink my eye, two wenches passing by. Though a wench is passing by, is not she. Is who? Is you. Be true.
Come, let us go to the land of love, where the love light shines so bright above. We will be so happy and free. All your pain won't let you be. You're gonna find that love is real, by the feeling you feel.
And even as those present were entertained, they also left with invaluable information about Masran and his contribution to the development of Jamaican culture. Moderator Amina Blackwood Meeks shared Brother Anansi's stories, which Masran promoted.
You want to learn Anansi River song? Yes. I was rafting on the Rio Grande, oh, you have to raft, man, come. Me and me Uncle Benji, we buck up on one big rock stone and the raft on over. Ho, 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 ho.
And actor Volaire Johnson reflected on Masran's influence, tenacity, and his commitment to his craft, having gone to perform in a play in Toronto, Canada, shortly after having his foot amputated.
But Masran was a great man. And I think his work will live on, and I will forever remember it.
All in all, patrons left the Ronnie Williams Entertainment Complex with a great appreciation for the man and his legacy.
He's a great storyteller, and there is an art in storytelling, so I believe that we have lost some of that, and we need to keep that going, you know? Yes, for the younger ones.
Jamaicans are very talented, and not only Masran was, and if we don't capture these types of things, we can really lose a lot.
I learned a few things well about Masrani, the value and the richness of our culture, and how important it is to preserve as much of it as possible. And how blessed we are as a people because of the uniqueness of this priceless possession of culture.
If you missed out on the Ranny Williams concert and need more information on this great man, visit the National Library of Jamaica's website, nlj.gov.jm. Catch you next time on The Arts Page.
The Ebola virus is transmitted through direct contact with an infected person's blood or other bodily fluids like saliva, urine, stool, and semen. Symptoms of Ebola include sudden fever, intense weakness, muscle pain, headache, and sore throat. This may be followed by vomiting, diarrhea, and rash, and in some cases both internal and external bleeding, leading to death. Protect yourself. Avoid travel to Ebola-affected countries. Avoid contact with infected persons. Don't touch the body of someone who has died from Ebola. Wash hands frequently with soap and water and use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. To know more, call 1-888-663-5683.
On a crowded bus with exasperated, exhausted conductresses at the door, collecting fares from persons much the worse spirit of the approaching holiday. The bus stopped, and a gaudily dressed man mounted the steps, permeating the air with a very penetrating perfume. Fare paid, he attempted to be seated.
Madame.
He was addressing a small mountain in the shape of a woman.
Madame.
He repeated the salutation with pompous emphasis.
Would you mind composing your worthy body in such a position as to permit a decent citizen to anticipate being properly seated?
No reply, no movement.
Madame,
he continued,
would you mind moving your unwieldy hulk 10 degrees south so that I may transpose myself into the vacancy resulting from your vacation?
The woman was unmoved, remaining deaf and silent to his educated speech. There was a vacant seat, but owing to the expansive girl of the woman, it was difficult to locate.
The linguist was confident that if the mountain moved 10 degrees, the position would be fully revealed.
And he wanted that position very badly.
Madame, it would be an inestimable pleasure if you would respond to my invitation to career your ungainly body gearbox south so as to accommodate and make way for yours truly.
The mountain slowly looked up.
I don't understand you,
was all she said.
Do not understand me?
He was shocked, annoyed, honestly aggrieved that his learned speech should be
not understood. Madame, kindly perambulate down.
This had no effect.
Madame, execute down.
Still no result.
Madame!
He was shouting now.
Madame, exaggerate down.
The woman refused to respond.
Blue with rage, his knowledge of cultured speech having served no purpose, he turned upon the woman mercilessly.
Look here, woman. I will make you so damn hard to understand English. You could have expect me to stand up in this indignity the whole way.
Well, see ya?
Move down your oversized and sumptuous multipla extemporous matter.
He put it plainly.
Woman, move down your big self. The mountain moved quietly down.
We have just presented
The Linguist by Geo Wallace.
We've come to the end of another edition of Jamaica Magazine. Thanks for spending time with us. Hope you got a chance to rekindle aspects of the Jamaican culture so you can share the information with the younger generation. While you do that, please remember to visit our website at jis.gov.jm, follow us on Twitter at JIS News, and send your feedback to Jamaica Magazine at jis.gov.jm. I'm Adrian Atkinson, and this has been Jamaica Magazine. Another program comes your way tomorrow. Until then, do have yourselves a wonderful weekend.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.